$11.6 billion. That's how much the BC government is in the red, a record high deficit forecast for the current fiscal year. Next year, it will balloon again by another $1 billion. A grim financial picture laid out by Finance Minister Brenda Bailey in her first quarter financial update.
These are challenging times economically.
It's worse than the $10.9 billion deficit forecast in the March budget. That did not take into account the loss of the carbon tax, which blew a $1.8 billion hole in revenues. Bailey spent much of the news conference defending the government's accounting. It reported $2.7 billion in revenue from the historic legal settlement against tobacco companies. The problem? The government has only received a third of that, with the rest coming over the next 18 years. BC Conservative finance critic accuses the government of padding its books.
As a government that's desperate to try to paint a picture that is better than it actually is.
Bailey insists it's standard accounting practice.
You know, this isn't a magical number out of nowhere. This is a legal case. These assets are coming from the work to hold tobacco companies accountable for the harms that they've caused.
Bailey says the province is trying to balance its books eventually, pledging to cut $1.5 billion in expenses over the next 3 years. It did cut $300 million in spending this year, cutting back on outside contractors, travel, and advertising. The number of government employees also shrank by 850 jobs. Bailey says that's mostly through attrition, but she is not ruling out layoffs.
And some of that work may lead to some job loss.
That raises red flags for the head of the BC General Employees Union, as thousands of public sector workers are on the picket lines.
We currently have a civil service trying to do more with less. We don't believe it's appropriate to target cuts at the frontline workforce.
Bailey, however, insists the cuts will not be to frontline workers.